Hello. Oh, hi. I have a little baby doggo here. Oh, please. Hello, everyone. Um, I'm wearing, for the people that saw me the other day, I am wearing the shirt again. Just for, just for the vlog, really. I wasn't wearing the shirt all day. I just wanted to wear it. So, funny story. Um, my friend Stephanie and I went to, local Dutch Bros, and we saw that the person, it was a long line, and the car in front of us, uh, after they had gotten their order, was handed a couple of T-shirts, and I go, "Wait a minute, are they selling T-shirts?" And I'm like, I had half of mine. I was like, "Oh, I would buy a T-shirt." So we get up there. They had already taken our order, and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, coffee." And he comes back, and I go, "Hey, are you guys selling T-shirts?" And he goes, "No, no, no." I asked, "Hey, did you guys just did you just hand those guys a couple of T-shirts?" And he's like, "Yep." And I was like, "Are you guys selling T-shirts?" And he goes, "No." And I go, "So what? So what was that about?" And he goes, "Well, we got sent a box full of kid-sized shirts." And I go, "Oh, are they for sale?" And he goes, "No." And I go, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Do you guys want some?" And I go, "Yeah." So long story short, yeah, me and Stephanie got a couple of Dutch Bros shirts. Don't stare at my floor. Yeah, there you go. I'll angle it this way so you don't have to see my messy ass floor. But yes, Dutch Bros. I figure I go there enough times that I should have a shirt. I should just have one. I gave him like a little bit of money, not a lot, just a little bit of dollars in my pocket, just to be like, I don't, I would happily have paid for these shirts. I don't think I would have paid it for like, you know, I would assume they would sell it for like $15. I don't know if I paid $15. Um, but judging by the amount of time I spend at Dutch Bros, speaking of which, I get a free drink next time I go. That's how often I go there. To be fair, they're very nice. Sometimes they stamp it more than once. Um, but anyway, I digress. Uh, it's been quite, it's been quite a time. You know, I remember I keep thinking back about this, but I remember reading a thing about a statistic regarding how people change their friends every 7 years. And that's not to say that once you turn 7 and 14 and 21 that you suddenly replace all your friends with new ones. It's like a gradual change, like over the course of 7 years. If you look around, the people around you are not the same people that were with you 7 years ago, which is a reasonable amount of time, I think. But I actually think that that window is a lot smaller than it actually is. I would say, for me at the very least, just judging from my experience, um, that window is usually probably like 3 years maximum. Um, I just I don't know. Like it's just kind of. We'll get the dog in the frame just so that you have something interesting to look at. Uh, um, Judging just from my experience, it's never really reached 7 years. I think the one time that it has reached 7 years was not really. Um, it wasn't. I don't think it was any fault of time. I think it was just because I moved countries. So when I turned 7, I moved to America. So that's the one time. But even then, I mean, I wasn't friends with people when I was an infant. So I don't think that really counts. But yeah, I think I'm reaching the point where like I'm looking around and like the people that were with me 7 years ago are not the people that were with me now. and more so, the people around me are not the same people that was around me. I would say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I would say three just to be generous. But more likely just two. Um, and right now I'm reaching this point where it's like, I don't know. You kind of think to yourself that maybe things will be okay for a little bit, and then it's just new dramas got to start all the time, and I guess you can't really escape it. Like things will just happen beyond your control, and sometimes and sometimes it's things that could have easily been avoided, but for whatever reason it wasn't, and now you have to deal with it. It's really hard dancing around this topic, but honestly, the only people that watch these videos are people that know what I'm talking about. So it's like, like people that are watching this video probably know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's not your business. Um, but just to me, just personally, I'm at a weird point where I had a pretty long talk with one of my close friends, and he and I was just like, um it it things just kind of feel weird and different, and he's kind of in a different position than I am, where despite the fact that I'm not really engaging in any activities with my friend group, I'm still hanging around them. I'm still in that same area, whereas he's kind of busy doing his own shit. Uh, so so I get the distance that he feels, but for me, just from my perspective, I'm like, I kind of envy your. I told him I kind of envy your position, because honestly, I don't think you really want to be around this. Like it's too much for a person, and and I wouldn't really wish my position on anyone. It's just not. It's stressful, is what it is. So I that's exactly what I said. And we just had a long topic about like just things going on around me that I just kind of just trudging along. I think as the year ends, you know, not really much to say on that. But like, you ever watch like a TV show where sometimes the characters like having problems, and then you're like screaming at the television, just talk, like this whole thing would be resolved so quickly if you would just sit down and talk to each other. And real life for me right now is kind of like that, because I'm like, ugh, because I part of me feels like I wish I wish I could just like talk, but at the same time, I also get it. You know, it's kind of ridiculous in like TV shows and movies, but you experience it in real life, and it's over like a longer period of time, and then you realize you got shit to do, so like it never comes up, and when you do have the opportunity to talk, it never really comes up. So you just kind of end up stewing on it, and I think that's like the worst thing that you could do, is just sit there and lie in it. You know, I'm very confrontational as a person. I'm not gonna get in your face and be like, "What's up?" But I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna want to talk to someone, and if I have a problem with them, and be like, let's sit down, let's hash this out. What exactly is your problem? You know, allow me. This is Kill Bill. No, just like allow me to convince you. No, just let me understand where you're coming from, so that we can hash this out. Unfortunately, that's just not the way that people work, and even in my case, um, I feel like it is pretty hard for me. If someone came down and just like sat me down and said, "Hey, I have a problem with you," I would also have a problem trying to process it. I'm like, I don't understand. You know, my thing is just, I would rather have a conversation with someone than sit down here and talk about people behind their back. But I do understand that that it's pretty difficult. It is difficult. So I don't know. I'm at a weird point. And I felt like talking about it a little bit. So that's it. I'm gonna go sit down and try to go to bed. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. For anyone that even still cares about the Bloodborne stream, I'm realizing now that the next stream is probably gonna be the finale. At least for like the main game, the rest of it will just be the DLC because I'm at the final boss. There's like if I did this right, there's gonna be 3 bosses left. If I did this wrong, there will be 2 bosses left. So yeah. So next stream will probably be either the last or the second to last, depending on how fast or how quickly I get there. I might even stream right now, actually, considering the fact that no one's really gonna show up and watch. So let's see. We'll see. Anyways, hope you have a fantastic evening, and I will see you guys next time.